Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Glassman's world. I'm Dan the Glassman. You don't get to see me too often these days because I'm usually just blowing glass and do a no-face video. But I wanted to let you guys know that I have a chemical sensitivity, and I learned about it in the last few years. I had no idea what a chemical sensitivity even was. And apparently I've been living with it for like, I don't know, my whole life or something like that. But when I got into Norwex about, I don't know, 8 years ago or something like that, that's when I really started to learn about the toxicity that we have in our homes from the cleaning products that we have. Back in the day, when I was a jeweler, before I started blowing glass, so that was like 94, 95. When I was a jeweler, I learned about pickling and how you got to be real careful with what you put into the pickle bath or the vinegar bath, and you got to not put any sort of rings or any kind of jewelry or anything that maybe had touched bleach or any kind of was cleaned off with any sort of Clorox or anything like that, because it would create like a mustard gas. So I learned about those things, right? And that chemicals, you got to be real careful with what chemicals you mix in with others and things like that. But I didn't know about chemical sensitivity. I didn't know that these chemicals that we are around, like, always working in different situations, and you got all these chemicals around. I've been around chemicals my whole life. When I was younger, before I even had my own job, my parents brought me in to help them with cleaning offices, and we'd use, Pine Sol, Ajax, Windex, bleach, all the different chemicals, right? All the different chemicals, all the toxic chemicals that causes cancer and creates all these issues. And for some of us, we have a chemical sensitivity, which means that the smell of these chemicals, the fumes from the chemicals, will actually start to give us like issues in our nose up in here right now, and and give us headaches, and migraines like behind our eyes and things like that. And I didn't learn until I got into Norwex that we didn't need to even use any of these chemical cleaners and stuff, that we can simply use these Norwex cloths that are made to mechanically pick up all the bacteria, all the dirt, the grime, all the gunk from the surfaces of, get rid of all the bacteria and everything from all surfaces, right? And they even make products for your body too. So for porous surfaces and non-porous surfaces, right? And so a lot of people don't realize that we have chemical sensitivities. As humans, we probably don't need to be around the chemicals. Some of us just get used to it, or simply just ignore it and just deal with it, right? A lot of people who deal in in different warehouses and different factories and different places, they probably are around a lot of chemicals, and they probably come home and they feel fatigued and tired and have headaches and brain fog and things like that, and don't even realize that they've been working and putting themselves in these environments, in these situations. Right now, I am in an environment, in my own vehicle. I'm in an environment, in a situation where this might actually cause issues with my wife when she gets in the vehicle later. But I did some yard work, and I didn't realize that I was out of garbage bags. I did not go and get new garbage bags. I ran out on my last job. Completely forgot. It's been like over 2 weeks or 3 weeks since I did my last job. So I forgot. Showed up to the job. I didn't even have a 5-gallon bucket, which I usually do, so I can pick up dirt and debris and then just throw it into the tarp in the back. I got a tarp back here somewhere. Whoa. What is that? NB like the... What the heck? That thing is cool. We're gonna go film it. I'm like, we're gonna go and film this crazy bike. That thing is cool. But so I'm in the situation right now where I forgot to buy garbage bags, and so when I got to my client's place, she asked me to do a lot of picking up, removing of the dirt, debris, a lot of pine needles. These are all pine needles, which I actually have all clean pine needles, and I'm hoping that we can utilize them for some of the stray cats outside so they can have warm bedding and stuff. But I didn't get trash bags, so I had to borrow some of hers, and the only bags she had were her kitchen bags because she was out of garbage bags too, or couldn't find them. So I grabbed the bags, not realizing that, you know, when I purchased my trash bags for our 13-gallon trash can at home, I buy them purposefully non-scented because the scent that they put in these bags, it's now giving me a headache. It's causing some, my head hurts already. This smell is lingering in the back of my nose. It's just so bad and rancid. Just, ugh. I do not like the way that this smells, and I'm completely inundated right now, and I need to get home so I can dump these out or get to a dumpster real quick. But check this out. This is what I wanted to come back around to real quick. This guy has got a crazy submarine bicycle. I was like, what is that? I'm totally slowing down. I probably shouldn't be, but that is crazy. Sorry guys. I'm supposed to be going 50, I'm going 25. And I see who's here? Ellison Johannes is here. Hello and welcome. So yeah, these bags here, I don't know about you guys, but these bags give me a headache when they're scented. And they even have like a natural scent, whatever. It's like, I don't know what that natural scent is, baby powder or whatever. It's all gross and disgusting. I don't know why people put all these scents in there. Hey, what's going on, Marcelo Bentin? I see you're watching as well. Thanks for tuning in. So I'm Dan the Glass Man. You guys are pretty new here. I usually blow glass, and but I also talk about Norwex. And I wish I didn't have my backpack covered up because I could show you some Norwex. Oh my gosh, how funny is that? The one time I'm talking about how we need other different products and things. I'm also trying to drive here. Trying to do too many things at once. All right, check this out. This is Norwex right here, guys. I carry this with me all the time, always. This is an Enviro cloth. Norwex. They're Norwegian. And so, sorry, I had to do a flip a Yui right here, and these people are mad at me. Woohoo! And so, he's all trying to be mad at me. It's like, well, sorry, I had to get over. The thing is, like, I merged over, so he's in the other lane honking at me when he's got plenty of room. It's funny. So, Norwex. I got this all the time with me. All the time. Right? And this is an Enviro cloth. They're $21 for a 3-pack of these. They have a 2-year warranty, which means that they will pick up dirt, dust, debris, grime, bacteria, all the crap off of all the surfaces from your body, from surfaces in your kitchen, your home, the floors, the car. You can even use this on things like inside your vehicle, you know, cleaning while you're driving, you know, things like that, except you shouldn't probably do that. But The Norwex, it works with water. It mechanically picks up everything, so you don't have to use any chemicals, and you don't have to give yourself headaches by continuously being around this kind of stuff. I got to get rid of this out of my vehicle because it's giving me a headache. But I just wanted to let you know that there are alternatives to cleaning products and different things, and making sure you don't get bags that are scented. There's no reason to get scented garbage bags. It's going to still smell like garbage if you put a bunch of garbage in your garbage. Like, it's gonna smell like garbage, right? That's what it's there for. But I understand, like, if you gotta use anything, maybe get some essential oils, spray some peppermint spray, or some eucalyptus, or some tea tree, or something like that in the home. But don't grab any of this kind of stuff, because this is crap, right? Can I buy to them? What do you want to buy? You want to buy some Norwex? Yes, my wife is a consultant, so I started using Norwex when I lived off grid. I moved from Albuquerque, New Mexico up to Tres Piedras, and I became part of a water protector camp. They needed, the owner there was about to throw the towel in and needed someone to go up there and help with building things up, getting things going. And so I went up there, and basically I left what I had here in Albuquerque, a beautiful home, paying only $400 in rent, and I went, and I was only paying $250 for a tiny shed. And while I was living there, I ended up getting invited to an Earth Day event to talk about water, because I'm a water protector, and water is life, and every drop counts, and we're all drops of water in this vast ocean of life, and we're all connected through water, right? So I started talking about water, and we went to this Earth Day event in Santa Fe, New Mexico, 8-9 years ago, something like that. I don't even remember now. And there was someone selling Norwex there, and I didn't know what they had, but I just saw that their booth was completely packed and like full all day, and I didn't know what they had and what they were selling because we were busy at our booth. So at the end of the day, when we were all packing up, I went over there to talk to her, and she said, "Oh, I've got this product here, let me show you how it works." She grabbed some raw chicken, she put it on some surface. I don't know if it was on a mirror or if it was on a cutting board or whatever, but she said, "Look, these are protein swabs, and the protein swabs will pick up any sort of protein." So what I'm going to demonstrate is that this Norwex cloth with only water is going to pick up all the protein, which will eventually become bacteria and eventually turn into salmonella. And so when you pick up the protein, it goes all into the Norwex Enviro cloth, and it mechanically picks it up, because these little fibers in here are 1/200th the size of a human hair. Imagine if I got my hair and I divided it up 200 times. Most microfiber cloths are 1/6. So if you get a piece of hair and you divide it up 6 times, that's what the microfiber cloths usually are. But this is 1/200th the size of a human hair. And so so this basically mechanically picks up all the dirt, dust, debris, all the bacteria, and everything from the surfaces for your body, for your home, everywhere. They have body cloths specifically for showering and bathing, but you can use an Enviro cloth for bathing as well. It's just the body cloths are made a little bit softer, but this is super soft. And then also, like I said, these are a 3-pack. So when I was at Camp Two Dogs, I went over there, I found out that this stuff works. It picked up the protein off of her cutting board. She showed me with the protein swab, then she touched the protein swab to the chicken itself, put it back into the solvent, and bam, lo and behold, it went from a clean color to it was now saturated in bacteria. So she sold me on a 3-pack of cloths. I took them back to the camp. I started using these so I could wash our dishes, because we were trying to save the water. We had a 5-gallon bucket under our sink. We did have a sink in one of the tiny homes, and And so we were doing dishes, and the water would get collected on the bottom, and we wanted to be able to save that water and put it into our plants, because we were going to start growing a garden. We were going to start planting a bunch of trees and have a tree orchard there, which a bunch of fruit trees and a bunch of cool plants and stuff. And so we had to figure out how we can get rid of the Dawn dish soap, the palm olive, the Ajax, the whatever type of dish soap that you use, even if it's Murphy's dish soap and the stuff that's natural or whatever. I would not want to put Murphy's dish soap into my plants still, you know? I would not want to clean with baking soda and vinegar and water and then put that into my plants. That would F up the pH level in your soil and in your plants. You don't want to be pouring that vinegar into your soil. You know, I mean, maybe on sometimes you might need to like alter things and stuff and do things, but usually like you would use hydrogen peroxide and other kinds of ways and means, ash and stuff like that, but you wouldn't want to put vinegar directly into the soil. So when we're trying to trick ourselves into thinking that like the Murphy's dish soap is clean and environmentally friendly and safe, right? Or using vinegar and baking soda with a little bit of lemon juice, and oh, that's fine and it's safe because it's all natural products. But what are we doing to the soil and the pH levels? So when we use these kind of products, which exist and everyone can change their lifestyles, then bam, lo and behold, you get rid of all of that crap. You can finally say that you truly are a hero to the earth and you really are protecting everything. You're trying to be a water protector. You're really not lying to yourself and still using regular dish soap while you're washing dishes, or using bleach in your mop water, or using Ajax in your toilet and just flushing it down into our water supply, you know? These are the things that people don't think about. Is where does it trickle down to? It all goes back down to our drinking supply, our water supply. All the water on this planet, ever since the dinosaurs peed and pooped in it, is the same drinking water we're drinking today, guys. We have to keep it clean and clear, and we got to figure out ways to filter it and things like that. And of course, there's natural ways. You know, the earth has its own natural ways. Evaporation alone and rain alone should teach us how to have natural ways of cleaning water, right, and keeping it clean and stuff. But when we put all these chemicals and things, if we're removing it from the water system, it still is left over in the soil, is left over on the earth. We're still tainting things, even though we're trying to be water protectors, we're trying to be environmentalists, we're trying to say that we're part of the green community and we're trying to make a difference, when we're just trying and we're not doing. Isn't that what Master Yoda said? No try, only do. Right? So with that being said, I'm gonna let you guys go because I gotta get back to what I'm doing, which is getting rid of this crap. I can't believe it. It's just the smell of the bag itself. Brand new bags. And I would be like, no, I don't want those. Got to throw them away. But I had to use them. I was piling everything up, and I realized how much I was going to have. There's bags in the back. There's bags in the back, bags in the front. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm going to let y'all go. But, yeah, you can buy however many you want. All you got to do... How do I get to the comments here? How do I comment? Community moderation for this video. Live chat is on. Live chat summary. Participants, anyone. Message delay, none. Block words, none. Community defaults. How do I comment here? I can't comment? Oh, man. How do I chat? Do you guys... If I press plus, what does that mean? Start a poll? Start a Q&A? No. Not start a poll, not start a Q&A. Flip, mute, effects picker, hide live, retouch, create highlight, green screen, lighting, and close. I have no idea. I have to go home and then I can type it all in. I will put it down in the comments below. So just come back to this video in like 5-10 minutes and I'll make sure that I can put it on, because I cannot, I'm like, how do I can't type it here. Community moderation. No, that's that. That is so weird. I cannot just chat here. Chat filter. Top messages. All messages. Oh, I'd like to show all messages. Welcome to live chat. It's welcoming me to my live chat, but I'm not able to chat. That's dumb. I got a share button too. Alright, well, I'm going to let you guys go because I'm driving here. I can do too many things at once. So, don't mind me. I'm watching the road. I am. I'll see you guys soon. Love and blessings. I'll let you guys know about the Norwex. One thing I'm gonna say about Norwex is that they've kind of gone off their rocker a little bit, and they make too many damn products nowadays, and they're really trying to push the body products. And all they really need to do is get back to the basics and really just get back to the Enviro cloths and a couple of the other cloths, and that's about it. You don't really need anything. I hate the sponges. I hate the dish sponges. Don't buy that crap. Those dish sponges, all they do is they absorb all of the oil, and it gets so gross. And then they say it's a 2-year warranty, but it's like, once you get those dish sponges full of all the oil, the grease, the grime, it is so gross. You go to wring it out and you got like all this black grease coming out and you're just like, ew. And then you got to get a body cloth to clean your hands. So I just recommend using an Enviro cloth for cleaning dishes. You don't need all the special dish rags and kitchen cloths and all this different stuff. I mean, you can. We have it all. We got all of them. We got all the different drying. The drying towels are good because then you can use one to wash with, and then the drying towels absorb a little bit better. Body cloths are good for bathing, for your own body. What else? There's not too many things. The laundry detergent and the wool dryer balls. But you can get wool dryer balls anywhere. You don't need a Norwex dryer balls. It comes in a cool little Norwex baggie. But other than that, you get the wool dryer balls, so you get rid of all of the dryer sheets, because that causes asthma and a lot of upper respiratory issues. And a lot of people also have been talking about the microplastics, right? And one thing that I got to say is a lot of the microplastics come from the fibers in our clothing, and most of those non-natural, the unnatural fibers, like the spandex, the polyesters, all the polyesters that we have, all the stretchy pants, right, all the leggings, all the ladies who wear the leggings, who got the stretchy pants and the spandex on all the time, even though they're not going to the gym or they're not working out, but they always wear them all the time. Those are the ones that cause the worst microplastics. Oh, this lady doesn't realize if no one's crossing, you can go. Proceed on flashing red when clear. Oh, we gotta wait for flashing red. There you go. Bing, bing, bing. So yeah, people are concerned about microplastics and things like that. You got to really understand what we're doing without understanding what we're doing, right? By wearing simple clothing, purchasing simple clothing, using simple things like that, we are causing the pollutants and stuff like that. But what this is mostly about is the chemical sensitivity, and the fact that we have chemical sensitivities. And I learned that I have a chemical sensitivity once I started using Norwex, and I realized that this chemical sensitivity, it comes from so many products. I cannot stand perfume. Since I was younger, I would hate walking down the aisle of the candles and the cleaning. And why do they put them in the same? I mean, I guess that's good, because then I could just avoid one whole entire aisle and not go down like where all the cleaning products are and all those scented candles. But man, if I walk down that aisle, by the time I'm at the end, I already have a headache. It's that bad. Walking through different spots, when people are selling different products and things like that, it's pretty crazy. The chemical sensitivity. Am I on a turning lane only here? I might be. Well, I can turn here. It don't matter. I can turn here. Screw it. And just make whatever options and choices we want right here. Oh, dang. National Guard right there on the corner. We're in Albuquerque. We are in the war zone right now, guys. I don't know if you ever heard about the war zone, but this place needs to be cleaned up. The mayor has not been doing his job. APD has not been doing their job. They have purposely been allowing for crime to get out of control here. And now it's time and we got to clean up the streets again, huh? But talking about cleaning, I'm going to be home soon. I'm going to get rid of these nasty bags here so I can go pick up our son. I got to empty out this seat at least and make sure we can get our son. So with that being said, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to put all that information there so you can get all this stuff, right? Good luck. And can I have a shout out? Marcelo Bentin. Marcelo Bentin gets a shout out because he asked. Never hurts to ask, right? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for chatting. I appreciate you. Make sure you tune in, subscribe if you want to watch me blow glass later on. I do a lot of really awesome glass blowing. I recently made these. These are cool. Super Mario mushrooms and glass. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll put the information. It's norwex.com/Serena Estrada. I'll have to spell that out for you guys, but I can't type it here. So come back. I'll put it in the comments below. I'll put it in the description. Be sure to check out my wife's consultant page, but norwex.com/Serena Estrada. All right, thanks a lot. There's going to be a lot of Christmas deals right now too. I forgot all about that. I'm not even trying to really promote the Norwex. I just realized that this is bad, and I was like, you know what? We don't talk about these kind of things enough. We need to really talk about chemical sensitivities and this kind of stuff, because a lot of people don't even realize that that's what they're dealing with. And why do I got a headache every day? Why do I got a headache? Why am I all fatigued? Why am I all tired? All right. Well, love and blessings. I'm already home, so I'm going to let you guys go. I'm out. Can I get a shout out too? Make sure you share this out. Thanks. Love and blessings. Later.